So from the people I spoke to, they actually got into the drug use before they got into showbiz.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You know, so for those who got into it, when they entered into showbiz, it's a different story altogether. Because for them, you ask yourself, why did they do it?
Yeah.
Because I probably came into showbiz, I knew nothing about alcohol, I knew nothing about drugs, and then somebody in there is introducing me. Why will you be introduced to drugs just because you're a creative person? Okyeame.
So this is what they say. They say that, you see, once you take alcohol or you take a drug, tramol, whatever, once you take it, you lower your inhibitions. It automatically lowers your inhibitions.
Okay.
And once you put your guard down, people pay money to see an artist do things that they cannot do at home. Flip, roll, jump, express yourself at a certain frequency that they can. That's why they've paid the money to see it. So before you go on stage, somebody that really likes you, that wants you to excel, will tell you that take a shot of this or take this pill. Once you take it, your inhibitions will be lowered. And once your inhibitions are lowered, it is just complete expressionism. Because for an artist, the first cut is the deepest. So I'm on stage. I'm mapped out the stage. I will start my performance in the middle. 15 seconds later, I'll go to the left. I'll come back, run across, jump, flip, fall down, do push-ups. I'll do all of these things whilst I'm performing. Now, if I have rehearsed that and I get the influence of some pill, that has now lowered my inhibitions. I'm going to do each of those actions times 10. Wow. Then they say, Akwanu we energy.
Energy bar.
Exactly.
So it's the energy.
It is energy. It is the energy that you must share with 7,000 people. Each one of them is drawing from you. So if you stand there without any booster, you stand there without any influence, then you are going to be dry because you are spreading this particular energy with 10,000 people, 2,000 people. Each one of them is looking at you.
How do you do it? Because you don't take alcohol, you don't take drugs, but you're able to give us the energy.
It is because I have come to realize that to be an artist is enough. To be blessed, to be, the most important part of thinking is creative thinking or solution-oriented thinking. And once God blesses you with the ability to take lyrics and put them into a song, that is enough. You already have that energy. You have all that is required to be able to express yourself like that. So why I don't take it is because I feel grateful for the little that I have been given already. You are going to work with someone here at Joy. That person takes 5,000 cedis or 200 cedis a month. You take 10,000. But at the end of the month or midweek, through the month, you are going to him for a loan. It is not about how much you have been given. It's about what you do with the little you have been given. So a lot of these ideas and these concepts, they don't introduce it to us as we are kids. And even if they do, you don't understand. And one of the key reasons is that for an artist, you begin to blossom somewhere around 18, 19. For a boy, at 18, 19, your frontal cortex is not fully developed. Your frontal cortex will develop around 25.
Right.
And it's your frontal cortex that is responsible for analysis. It's your frontal cortex that is responsible for good social behavior. So at that time, anybody can catch you and introduce anything to you if family has not already prepared your prefrontal cortex through love and touch.
Wow, I think this is really, really deep. So family actually plays a vital role in this. But then there are people that will also say that have come from very good families, very good backgrounds, but they still get themselves involved.
Let me say something before he comes in. When you say very good backgrounds, what do you mean? There are people, rich children, who are traveling to Dubai, Jamaica, and Cape Town every year, but their mother cries all the time. So I've seen the research that if a child's mother is crying all the time, the propensity for that, or is sad all the time, the propensity for that child to grow up and want to abuse drugs to uplift his energy is higher than a child who comes from a happy home. The second most important cause of drug addiction and abuse in the US is fatherlessness. And fatherlessness can mean two things. It can mean a broken home, or the father lives in New York. He comes once to Ghana and makes his wife pregnant and goes back. So the father is not present. You know.
Right.
And so a good family, does it mean riches, cars, to live at Trasaco, or to create a feminine, masculine balance that is bubbling with such beautiful energy in the home that the children feel enough, that there's no need for them to feel high because they don't feel low.
I like that. But then there's always that one person that can also convince you. You know, sometimes you are so crazy for the fame. You go on stage, it may be your first time, second time. I'll use an example. Fantana, first time on stage, people bashed her. You know, Jackie, first time on stage, people bashed her. Even Sarkodie, first time on stage, he was bashed. So people like that, they are not on drugs.
Yeah.
But if that person is not as strong as they are, can be influenced because probably they are looking for the fame, they are looking for acceptance, they are looking to be the it. And that has always been their dream. So if a manager goes to them and says to them, you're not doing well, but if I should give you ABCD pill, we will get there. They will fall for it. And that doesn't even have the whole family thing, right, Kwame?
So yesterday, Resuma mentioned something about shyness among most creatives. And he was talking about the fact that most of them are shy. So they need something to cover up. So that if they're on stage performing, you would think they are very assertive. So that is one part of it. And also the pressure to deliver.
Yeah.
So just as you mentioned, the person has been bashed a number of times for not being a good performer. They will tell you, oh, you are slow on stage. You always go on stage and you'll be walking around like a snail. So that is where that person might get the influence of taking in drugs. So I agree with you from that angle, that it's also a factor. The shyness, the fact that you're having pressure from people to behave in a certain way. And also, environment, Rosalind. So you are working with all these creatives, all these artists, actors, and almost everybody is doing it. You might be tempted to also do it as well. So who are in your circle of friends? A very, very, very important thing. Because Kiki Jan was introduced to drugs because the people that he was playing with, he was playing with not the Osibisa people. After Osibisa, the group of people that he found himself with were doing drugs. And that was the beginning of his drug addiction. Because when he was with Osibisa, he wasn't doing drugs. And for 21 years, Kiki Jan was an addict. 21 years until he passed away in 2004.
Yeah.
So I think it's a number of factors put together. Yeah.
It's